Hey Charlie, what do fire, dinosaurs, caves, underwear, Corvettes, and horses have in common?
Things all found on Epstein's Island.
Well, that too, but I was thinking more like these are things that I saw on my trip through Kentucky down to Tennessee, Lynchburg, Tennessee to be exact, on my way to tour Jack Daniel's Distillery, which I took a little vlog. This is my attempt at a travel vlog, which you're about to watch now. And then we're going to come back and we're going to try this distillery only release that I picked up while I was there.
We're a travel show now. Enjoy.
Be back. Hey everybody, Glenn here from So Into Bourbon. I'm on a road trip today. I am headed down to Tennessee. So I'm heading down for a convention for my day job, which is real estate. And I'm going down a day early. I figured while I was in Tennessee, I might as well take advantage of that and check out the Jack Daniel's Distillery. So that's where I'm headed now. I've got a tour scheduled a little bit later this afternoon. And I'm hoping to bring you some great content from that. What the heck is that? Some dragons. Look, a dinosaur! So you just never know what you're going to see on a road trip, especially here in Kentucky. So the great state of Kentucky is known for many different things, some of which I'm sure you know. Bluegrass, horses, Kentucky Fried Chicken, of course bourbon. But did you know that the Corvette is made here in Kentucky? In Bowling Green, and also underwear. What? Underwear? Yes. The international headquarters for Fruit of the Loom is right here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Here is the Corvette plant. It's where every Corvette in the world is manufactured. And coming up here on our right is the Corvette Museum. That yellow dome that you can see there. It actually had a sinkhole a few years ago that opened up in the museum and sucked a bunch of very valuable classic Corvettes down into the ground, which is kind of crazy. Okay, so we have officially left bourbon country and are now firmly implanted in Tennessee whiskey country. Here we are right outside of Jack Daniel's Distillery. You got this beautiful creek running through the property here. There's the visitor center over there. You can already smell the mash. It smells beautiful. Love it. Can't wait to get in here. So I'm here at Jack Daniel's waiting on the tour. I've got about another half an hour to go, so I stopped into the bottle shop there and got a couple bottles that you can only buy here. And this is the Jack Daniel's Distillery Series. These are aged for about an extra 3 years in Oloroso sherry casks. So I picked up a couple of those, so look for a review coming soon.
So what they do, they'll take 4 rigs of this this maple wood that y'all see stacked up all around. That maple wood comes locally from here. They'll take 4 wicks, they put under that hood. Y'all have been here 2 hours ago, you can see them burning and making a big old pile of charcoal. They'll put those wicks, put under the hood, and when they get ready to start that fire, they don't use any accelerant because they don't want any foreign taste or smell to be picked up in our products. So guess what they use to start that fire? You got it. They'll take that red can out of there that says whiskey for instructions. They take that can, they go down to the steel house, they get 140 proof, moonshine, white lightning, whatever you guys want to call it. Come back down and they douse that wood down. That's how they do it. Now it's going to burn for about an hour to an hour and a half. They're going to slowly start controlling that fire with water. They spray it down too soon, they get a big old pile of wet wood. They spray it down too late, they get a big old pile of ashes. We use the charcoal for about a year before it's changed out. That's why Darren and Tracy, they don't burn and make the charcoal today. Okay, they typically do it 2 to 3 times a week, and when they do it, they'll do it early in the morning. Let's walk over here. What's the video? Recognized as a business owner, a whiskey maker, okay? So, when he was 21 years old, Jack left town, he stayed gone for several weeks, and when he came back, this is the way he was dressed. He dressed this way every day until he passed away, okay? He wore this big old hat right here because he gave him a couple extra inches.
So just finished the tour at Jack Daniel's, and I'm gonna get some lunch in me before heading back up to Nashville. We're stopping here at, what's this place called? Barrel House Barbecue. So we'll see how this is, and I'll let you know when we're finished. See you shortly. Okay, so Barrel House Barbecue was closed, so we're going to try, what's this, Barbecue Caboose Cafe. If this one's not open, then we're just gonna, I don't know, stop and get some fast food or something. Okay, so got my lunch. It was excellent. We went to the Barbecue Caboose Cafe right here in Lynchburg, right next to Jack Daniel's. Very good. I had the pulled pork platter. It was pulled pork with mac and cheese, coleslaw, and obviously pulled pork. It was super good. Came out in like less than 2 minutes. Instant. The mac and cheese was like to die for. Maybe the best mac and cheese I've ever had. Slaw was pretty good. Pulled pork was right on point. Good job. Check them out if you ever come down to Lynchburg. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I mean, it probably wasn't thrilling.
Welcome back to Glenn Hockersmith's Parts Unknown.
Absolutely. So I thought we have to try this, right?
We have to.
All right, so let's do it. Let's get into it. We're not going to waste any more time.
What the heck is it? Are we just drinking it out of the bottle? What's going on?
Okay, what this is Jack Daniel's Distillery Series, so you can only buy it at the distillery. This is number 12, And this is basically Jack Daniel's Old Number 7, but it's aged an extra 3 years from what I'm told.
Cow. And on the bottle it says
yes, finished an extra 3 years in Oloroso sherry casks. So it's 90 proof. It's $49. I mean,
it is a 375 liter. It's not a
it is
not
a
full bottle.
375, but once again, what I love about Jack Daniel's, everything's affordable.
Everything's affordable. So this is the normal Old Number 7 mash bill, 80% corn, 8% rye, 12% malted barley. 3 years of additional finishing.
That's a long time to finish, right?
In anything is a ridiculous amount of time. 3 years is a long time, and Oloroso sherry, I really like.
I'm really curious here.
Should we
Charlie,
play with this?
Real quick before we do.
Yeah.
I want to remind everyone to subscribe, like and subscribe here on the YouTube
Right now.
channel, and
You're right
also
there.
go to So Into Bourbon on Instagram and Whiskey Realtor on TikTok.
Those are important things to
Now,
do.
we've got that out of the way.
It has a reddish purple hue to it.
It really does. It's a really nice color. Super dark.
Puts a nice little ring around the top. Doesn't have a great, it's starting to cling a little bit, but boy, that color is gorgeous. Which, 3 years.
Man,
That's a long time.
really nice. And so Old Number 7 is not age stated, but it's typically aged, I think, 3 to 5 years. So could
Take
be
your word for it.
7 years old, could be
Could be.
6, could be 8.
90 proof, right?
90 proof.
Let's nose and see what this is like.
Wow. That
Somewhat intense.
yeah, that sherry cask really comes through. It's got a really great forward winey nose to it,
Yeah.
which
It
I
noses like you would expect Jack Daniel's Old Number 7 aged in a sherry cask for 3 years.
It
to
really
nose.
does. I really like it.
Spicy and like a spicy wine, like a spicy wine cooler.
It's so familiar. It's got such a familiar
Yeah.
nose, and I'm trying to match it up to what it reminds me of.
I mean, I don't get. It's kind of throwing me off because I don't get a lot of Jack Daniel's character to it.
There's
I
not
get
a lot of that smoky.
Yeah, I don't. I just get that sherry funk, that kind of dried wine funk. All right,
Cheers.
cheers, Jack Daniel's. Ooh,
Boy,
boy, howdy.
that's super interesting. First thing I notice is it hits really light on the palate.
Yeah, it fools you into a sense of calm, and then
And
surprise.
then on the back end, you get a little heat, don't you?
If I was making a single barrel sticker for this, I would call it dry heat,
Yeah.
because it like
Yeah, it dries up really quick.
and you get that kind of dry wine, which sherry is not a super dry wine.
It's a lot of fruit.
It is a lot of fruit, but you get that. Man, I'm having a hard time kind of wrapping my brain around it. There's not a lot of influence of the Old Number 7 left. I get a little bit of that kind of char, that kind of Lincoln County process, the charcoal mellowed, all that good stuff. There is a little bit of that burnt charcoal, but you're left with a lot of just really good finished bourbon whiskey influence, really intense flavor.
Now I'm getting more of that on the finish. Now let's rest it a little bit. I'm getting a little bit more of that charcoal, smoky, almost charred, not smoky, charred, finished. Now that it's set on my palate for a little bit. Quickly dries up,
Yeah.
but it's pretty good stuff. I like it.
This is a polarizing bottle to me. If you like finished whiskeys, which I think
love,
we
yes.
do, this is in your wheelhouse because this is unique and original and highlights how great finished whiskeys can be to both better and improve and build upon and give you an experience you normally wouldn't get with a distillate. This is really intense. It is kind of
For
a
90 proof.
Yeah, for 90 proof.
It really is.
But this is what's so magical about bourbon and whiskey and what we do and what we enjoy and why we enjoy it. This is just 90 proof Jack Daniels that you threw in a sherry cask for 3 years. And the only thing that made it special is time and some wood that used to house some sherry wine. Really intense
Sherry's
flavor.
really coming through now.
It's intense. And if you like finished whiskeys, this is in your wheelhouse. If you do not like finished whiskeys, this will
Probably upset you.
you'll cry. You will cry. There will be gnashing
I'm
of
getting
teeth.
chocolate covered cherries now.
I'm just letting it sit. The whole time I'm talking, it's
Yeah.
still kind of sitting in my mouth. Like it just it hangs around for a long time. It's a very intense flavor.
I have an interesting fact for you while you're letting it sit in your mouth.
Yes.
Did you know that Jack Daniels is located in a dry county?
I did know that, but I'll pretend I didn't. Really?
Some people out there did not know
They
that.
did not know that.
That's why their bottle shop is called a bottle shop and not a liquor store, because according to them, they're selling you the bottle, the beautiful bottle.
The contents are. Do with it what you will.
Sure.
Sure. I will tell you that this just goes one step further into building. The Jack Daniels is here to help if you'll let them.
It really does. And I want to say something here. As much as we just fanboyed over Jack Daniels last year, which is something new to me, everything I had has been great, including this. Would I call this great? It's very interesting. Very good.
But
interesting.
Let's build on that. We're a bourbon channel. We're a whiskey channel. Let's build
do
on
it.
that. When people say, oh, something is great. Oh, something is transcendent. Something is this, that, and the other. Nowadays, to me, that means something is truly interesting.
Interesting.
It is
Yes.
something
Very
that
interesting.
this special little glass bottle holds the contents of something that you are not going to get that experience anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, to me, in this market, bourbon economy, what great means to me is this is super unique. This is something you got to check out. You're
Right.
not going to get this experience anywhere else.
Very true. And where I was going with that was I was going to say I wasn't blown over by the Jack Daniels tour experience. Now, the tour guide, fantastic. Very good job. Very good job.
Great job.
As far as the tour goes, compared to some of the tours you get to do here in Louisville and in Kentucky, it was lacking. Most of the tour was outside. When you were inside, in a lot of the spots, you were not allowed to take pictures or photography, which I did take a picture of the charcoal mellowing process, which, another fun fact, do you know how long it takes for a drop of whiskey to make it all the way through the charcoal down to the bottom?
1 hour, 3 minutes, and 40 seconds.
No, 24 hours.
Holy poop.
I think 24 hours. Maybe it's 48. I don't remember.
Because they
24
wouldn't let
or
him take a
48.
picture. No.
But it is interesting, and I'll include a picture here, but it's like a 10 or 12 foot barrel, for lack of a better word. It's
Filled with
giant,
charcoal.
Filled with charcoal. And it takes one drop a very long time to get, and it literally drips out one drop at a time, which I'm still perplexed as to how they get so much
Volume.
volume out of that.
I'm sure they have more than one.
There were several, yes. And then they replace, that charcoal lasts about a year.
Wow.
And then they come in and they replace all the charcoal.
What are you talking about? This sounds like the most interesting thing ever.
It was interesting. I'm just saying, as far as, okay.
What'd you want them to do? You wanted a hat and a t-shirt? I'm just giving you a hard time. I will say this.
Okay, so I'll say this. Other tours you go on here in Kentucky, I mean, some of them let you stick your finger in the mash and taste it. And we couldn't even take pictures. Which, okay, whatever.
We're going to get sued by Jack Daniels.
No, we're not. I love you, Jack Daniels.
Oh, we do
I
love
you, whatever your tour guide, whatever
He
your
doesn't
name was.
speak for me. What I always love about any tour that I'm on is seeing the scope of that all the Jack Daniels in the world, which is a global brand. like sold pretty much everywhere on the planet, comes from Lynchburg, Tennessee.
That's
that
a very...
little town in Tennessee
Yep.
provides the entire planet with Jack Daniels. That to me is always mind-boggling. Like
It is
everything, like it's just a community of people that live in Tennessee, and they provide the entire planet with Jack Daniels, Old Number 7, and a bunch of other awesome stuff. That always is kind of puts things into perspective for me. Should we rate this?
Let's do.
Okay, you go first.
I hate when you do that.
I do that.
You know what? That's a 7.25. That's a really good. That's a really good whiskey. I almost said bourbon. It is bourbon.
Yeah.
That's a 7.25.
I will go. Man, it's really good. I do like Finnish whiskeys. In terms of Finnish whiskeys, the sheer age of it, of 3 years, and I challenge you to find anything that's finished in a barrel for 3 years. I'll give it a 7.375 because I will go slightly higher than Glenn on it, 7.375.
I thought you were going to go lower.
No, I don't think this is, I mean, 3 years. 3 years.
3 years.
I mean, that's a long time. In a sherry cask.
It really is.
So if you're at...
love everything Jack Daniels is doing.
Yep.
Tell them what to do, Charlie.
I gotta like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Glenn's gonna drink, so I'll just tell you to like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. And follow Glenn on TikTok at Whiskey Realtor, and follow us on Instagram at So Into Bourbon. And most importantly,
keep your wallets loose.
And your bungholes tight. Good night, Jack Daniels.
Peace out. You let me worry about this, Uncle Jesse. You ever watch Duke of Hazzard? Duke of Hazzard.
Have you ever watched The Duke of Hazzard? Yeah, so familiar.
The Duke of Hazzard.
The Duke of Hazzard.
My favorite show. Chips. That was a good one too. You ever watch Chips? Ponch and John.
Eric Estrada.
Yeah. That's a good one.
It's more of an Andy Griffith man myself. Andy Griffith show.
I always hated that show.
Oh my gosh. I think it's time for us to see other people. Who hates Andy Griffith's show?
I mean,
what are you, communist?
It was okay. It was okay. It was okay. It was alright.
Was there a horse up there?
Jeez.
God. If you brought me my Blizzard thing for tonight, that would be great. You're getting some for tonight, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks, babe. Last episode.
Glenn, you want anything?
No, thank you, though. I appreciate it.
You're a nice lady.
Okay, bye.
You're a
Love
lovely lady. You always get chillers on Sunday, or
No.
you're like for tonight?
So I have it tonight to eat. I'm not going to eat it now.
Oh, right before bed?
In bed.
So just add as much weight as possible. Drink some more bourbon and follow it with a...
I will drizzle bourbon over my ice cream. If you're in the Sellersburg area, make sure you visit Chiller's Micro Creamery. Right. It's utterly delicious.
This episode is sponsored by Chiller's Micro Creamery.
Send us money.
Holy shit.
Bro, if it was any bigger, it's going to be a word per page.
That's pretty bad. I think there's something wrong with my eyes.
You're old.
I don't think the eye doctor's catching on. Like there's something...
You need contacts.
Weird.
You need
like
You require collective.
I got some contacts.
I got some.
All right. Shut up. All right. Let's start.
Who said that?
All right. 3, 2, 1. Are you ready?
Ready.
Action. Hey, Charlie. What do fire, dinosaurs, caves, underwear, Corvettes, and horses have in common?
All things found on Epstein's Island?
I'm going to have to reevaluate now. No.